So my name is David Mihina Chai. I'm 24 years old. My business is called Your Mentor. It was originally formed in the year 2020 in August. Basically what it is a social entrepreneurship arts program who deals with youth creatives, entrepreneurs. We more or less give these guys information and resources which help them to thrive in the different fields of expertise that they're in. My background in starting the business is I'm a musician and I'm also a fashion designer. And prior to 2020, it was a lot more like a hobby. I was doing all of this because I really love to do it. I appreciate art at its core. But when the pandemic started, I found myself in a position where I'm staying with my parents and I more or less didn't have a source of income. And it was really bothering me because I knew that these were skills that were worth something. And I was in a position where I didn't know how to monetize the skills themselves. So it got me thinking about other young creatives who are in my position and what I can do to kind of fix this problem. So the idea of fixing the problem is kind of what got me thinking about, okay, creating a hub of sorts. So as a social entrepreneurship platform, our services are more or less in telling the stories of these different young creatives. Our focus is in 4 different fields, specifically music, fashion, graphics and crafts. So what we do is we'd approach a young creative who is in one of these fields and we document their story. The idea is that these people can be mentors to both their peers and also a younger generation of people who would want to also maybe do something like becoming a DJ. And it's best when they get the information from someone who's actively in the same industry as themselves. So we more or less have, I'd say, avenues that we've created to make sure that the stories of these people get to the people who want to learn from them. I remember I learned about ISO in the year 2022 because a lot of my friends, okay, not a lot, some of my friends were part of the program. They were part of the first cohort. And I felt like I had missed out because it was a huge opportunity to also work with companies like the British Council. But I was happy because they told me that there would also be a second cohort. So I was eagerly waiting for communication material about it. And then this year, sometime around February, I got an email through my school email and it was talking about signing up for the second cohort. So I put down details about Your Mentor, and I think a couple of days later we were given the go-ahead, like we got an email saying that Your Mentor has been onboarded into the program. After that, I remember, I think in the month of April is when we had the first session where everyone came to school and we were told about the ISO program. And ever since then we've been having classes and also like team building experiences. Like there's a really nice one we had at Ngong Hills where the idea was about resilience, and it was kind of tied to the fact that like when you're at the second hill you can't stop, otherwise you'll be stuck at the second hill, so you have to finish or more or less you'll be stuck at that position. So I feel like it's been very educative, the program, since when we started to currently where we're at, because they teach us a lot of nuanced things like managing your finances, understanding your team, understanding who your customer base is, understanding their demographic, understanding what you want your visual marketing to be like. So I'd say it's amazing so far. Personally, I have 2 issues. One issue is a personal issue in that I have a very busy schedule. And sometimes I'm actually part of another British Council program with another one of my businesses called TDC. And sometimes I'll have a class with ISO. At the same time, I have a class with the British Council program. And I kind of have to, the last one I had an earphone here and another one here just in case someone asks the question. But I feel like that's for me kind of personally to try and manage it, to just kind of schedule myself properly. The other issue is when we were assigned mentors, I reached out to my mentor and he told me that he was no longer a part of the program. And then he gave me the access to talk to someone else. But when I reached out to that person, they didn't reach back. So currently I haven't spoke to my mentor, but I was told by the people who are helping with the program that it's something that will be sorted out. So I'm sure it will be dealt with soon. My original intention with joining the ESO program was to more or less make your mentor profitable. And I didn't know which avenues I would take towards achieving that particular goal. Following the classes that we've had up to this point, I believe that the best course of action would be to turn it from our program to our foundation. And a foundation that more or less runs these subsidiaries, which now can also serve to bring income for the company, so that it's like a circular economy for itself. Because on one end, your mentor it's helping the beneficiaries who are youth creatives by giving them these services. But at the same time, these services cost money, so we kind of have to find a balance that we don't end up charging the beneficiaries. So through the ISO program, I believe that once we are done, I'll have both the infrastructure, the knowledge, and even the finances needed to turn it into the Your Mentor Foundation instead. First, I want to thank Riara University, Open UK University, the British Council, Ashoka. I hope I'm not forgetting any of the rest, but all the partners who are involved with this, because you can't neglect the power of information. Like in every single class we've had, there's always that tiny thing that I learn and I'm like, this is the one degree that I needed to make everything kind of lined up together. And every time we have the classes, I kind of appreciate that. Also, your mentor kind of being in the NGO stroke international organization sector, I kind of can't underplay the value of the connections that it's creating for us. For us, it's a matter of our network. And the beauty of something like ISO is, one, the network it creates through the already established organization, and also the network it creates through the people I'm in the cohort with. Because your mentor we're supposed to tell the stories of these same people, you know. So it's like we've been taken and put in a golden pot of like gold coins, you know. So I feel like, if anything, it's only going to get better. I can imagine the crazy things that the third cohort will do after us, because for us it's just to refine the things that were in the previous cohort. And I believe, based off of the people that I'm interacting with, it's all going to be success stories. Like, give each one of us like 5 years, unicorn companies. So looking forward to seeing where this journey takes me.